Thanks for watching Film Buff, really, honestly. It's fucking great. Alright.
Hello, how's it going, guys? My name is Film Buff. Alright, man, I just finished episode 11, moving right on to episode 12. Alright, man, first of all, a huge thank you to all the amazing patrons. Thank you so much for your support and your kindness. I hope you're enjoying the new setup, you know, the new tiers and the early access stuff. So yeah, once again, a reminder for anyone, if you want to check out the full episode reactions or an early access episode right after this, head on over to Patreon, check it out, see if you like what's being offered there. But yeah, alright, man, so let's get right into this episode. Basically, Eren, you know, he transformed there right at the end, but he has no control. He has no control whatsoever, and he's attacked Mikasa. So, you know, the big talking point here is, how exactly is he going to calm down? Are they going to have to fight him? Is he just going to come to by himself? Let's see, man. The big plan, you know, they put a lot of hope on this plan. So far, it's gone downhill because, you know, the big if being Eren and his Titan ability has backfired as of this point. So interested to see how this kind of plays out. Yeah, the primal nature of a Titan is still in there. He's not in full control. Oh wow. She did that quick. Jeez. Whoa. That's not what Mikasa's trying to hear right now. Yeah, he's not gonna give up that easy. Alright, Ian. He gets it. He gets it. Goosebumps, man. Music that kicks in, this song. she disagrees, but she's not going to disobey an order. Superior's order.
ありがとうございます、イアン班長。
赤間、礼には及ばない。お前が何をやり出すか分かったもんじゃないから肝を冷やしたが、当初の作戦通り自由に動くんだ。その方がお前の力が発揮されるだろう。はい。恋人を守るためだからな。
家族です。
Okay, Mikasa.
破損した部分が修復されてない。以前の損傷が原因。エレンへの影響は、そもそもエレンが再び元の姿に戻れる保証は。
Yeah, good point.
あれ、俺は今何をしているんだ。座ってるのか。何も見えないな。今日は何日だ。ここはなんだ。うちか。
Oh man, he is off like in another. He's like off in dreamland. Or like his perfect reality. Annie. Reiner. And the brunette dude. I need to see him, man. Mikasa slaying him, man.
そんな、なぜこんなに巨人が。人間の数は少ないのに、まさかエレンに引き寄せられている。ミカサ
It's possible.
なかった。もう誰がやっても意味がない。作戦は失敗した。エレンを置いていけないからみんな戦ってる。だけどこのままじゃ巨人が多くて全滅してしまう。
No, Armin's not gonna give up that easy.
後頭部からうなじにかけて縦1メートル、横10センチ。
Oh, he's gonna cut him out?
僕がエレンをここから出す。巨人の弱点部分からエレンは出てきた。それは巨人の本質的な謎とおそらく無関係じゃない。大丈夫、真ん中さえ避ければ死にはしない。ただほんのちょっと。
Actually ends up killing Eren. Damn, that took balls, Armin. Big move. This reminds me of Bran, remember? In the dream sequences or the flashback sequences. As Mira was calling out to him. It's like the Titan's body is suppressing. Yeah, it's like it's suppressing Eren's thoughts. Oh shit. Oh, please don't die.
なんのかよ。
僕たちはいつか外の世界を探検するんだろう。この壁の外のずっと遠く
Oh, he's getting to him.
炎の水や氷の大地、砂の雪原が広がっている。僕の父さんや母さんが行こうとしていた世界だ。忘れたのかと思ってたけど、
I hope down the line they actually do get to explore.
僕を調査兵団に行かせたくなかったからだろう。
外の世界。
壁から一歩外に出ればそこは地獄の世界なのに、父さんや母さんのように無残な死に方をするかもしれないのに、どうしてエレンは外の世界に行きたいと思ったの？
どうしてだって。そんなの決まってんだろ。俺がこの世に生まれたからだ。
All right, so he's back. Took an episode, but now he's in control. Again, Armin, man. All right, man. So there it is. Eren snaps out of it. Just like the last episode, you know, at the end of the last episode, he took the shot, you know, at Mikasa. Now, this time, at the end of the episode, he snaps out of it. So it could finally, the operation to retake Trost can begin, hopefully, next episode now, right? Because he's come to. And I think at this point, he's going to have the most control he's had on the Titan's body so far. At this point, it feels like he's really, really just, you know, open. Like his mind's opened up now. It's really Eren this time. Because, you know, the first time around, before they, you know, discovered him coming out of the Titan's body, I don't think he was exactly Eren, you know? I feel like for the first time, this actually might be Eren and his full, you know, capacity to think in a Titan's body. I think, you know, we'll see. You know, Armin making the big moves and the decisions on behalf of Mikasa as well there. He actually told Mikasa, he told her to go, you know, people need your help. I've got this. You got to go and help them. So, you know, he got to the scene. He's just confused and he's asking questions. You know, he's like, you know, what happened to the plan? Like, what's going on with Eren? Mikasa's telling him that he's not responding. You know, he can't listen to us. He can't. He's not in control. And Armin, you know, he's not ready to give up. Armin is not ready to give up. And, you know, at that moment, you know, he realized that the first time Eren came out of the Titan, it was from that spot, you know, behind the neck. At the back of the neck, rather. And, you know, I guess, you know, he just put it together that, okay, so if that's where he was the first time, he's probably in there again in the same spot. And makes the bold move to, you know, cut into him and cut him out. His goal was to cut him out, I believe, right? But then he kind of turned into something else. Or maybe, you know, give him a little jab to, you know, send a little shock through the Titan's body. And that's exactly what happened. It starts freaking out. You know, the Armin of the first few episodes and the Armin now, light and day, man, light and day. He's grown so much. You know, he's always had this capability. He just didn't have the confidence, right? So at this point, it's, you know, it's quite clear that the body itself, I don't know, it's trying, you know, I said in the last episode, it's clear that it's trying to suppress Eren and just like his, you know, just like his mind. And Armin realized this because at one point he told him not to give in, not to, like, this is after he, you know, stabs him in the neck. He's trying to talk to him. He's telling him not to give in to the Titan's body. So it's got this, some kind of, you know, effect, right? It's trying to keep him down. You know, it's almost so it's almost like a defense system, you know. And Armin kind of figured out that it's the body itself that's trying to suppress Eren. Going back to Eren kind of opening his eyes for the first time, you know, he kind of comes to, but he's in like a absolute state of confusion. Like he has no clue what's going on. He doesn't know. I think he did realize at one point that he's just sitting there, right, as the Titan, but then he kind of falls into like a dream state or this memory. And the moment he goes into that memory or that dream state, that flashback, he's done. Like he thinks he's back home. You know, I feel like it's almost as if the Titan's body is kind of seducing him. It's like giving him his most desired ideal situation, you know, his best memory. And I feel like that's being done to, you know, to keep him suppressed. As long as he's in this perfect reality, you know, there's no need to come out of it, right? It's like the perfect place for him to be. And for basically the whole chunk of the episode, that's what it was. He was just chilling in his bed. His family's there. Mikasa's there. He sees nothing wrong. He thinks this is the perfect situation. You know, he's in bed. He's like, let me rest. So I feel like that was the Titan's body kind of seducing him to put him in the state of limbo so he can just be suppressed there. You know, it really reminded me of Bran in Game of Thrones. Spoilers ahead, just in case, you know, season 6 I'm going to talk about. You know, Bran's in a flashback, you know, going all the way back to young Hodor. And he's in there, and, you know, in the distance, you can slowly start to hear Mira trying to call out to him, you know, trying to get to him. You know, this is really, really reminding me of that. You know, Armin slowly getting through, does get through by the end of it. You know, and that, you know, this whole, oh man, man, do I have a theory. Now, seeing this in action, you know, seeing the Titan's body trying to suppress Eren into his perfect reality, into his most desired memory or reality, man, it you know, it opens up the gate to the possibility that every single Titan might have a human inside. Shit, man. But see, I say that, but then I've seen them chop like into the back of the necks, and like the chunk flies out. And if there was a human in there, they would kind of see them, right? Actually, yeah. So never mind. That's kind of debunked, because I've seen them, you know, cut into the neck, that target area. I've seen it a bunch of times now over the span of 12 episodes, right? The scouts and just all the soldiers cutting into it. So if there was a human in there, they would have seen him by now. Eren's body, or his Titan body, it's special. It's not the same as the others. The others are just like, you know, these little drunk, out of control type Titans, right? So his body's different. But if you were to apply that same logic, that the Titan's body is trying to suppress his thoughts, or the human's thoughts, and trying to give them their most desired reality, and trying to keep them in there, you know. And if that is the case, then, you know, it's really easy to just get trapped in there and just be lost in there, because no one's there to tell them to come out. You know, they don't have an Armin telling them to snap out of it. So it's kind of like Inception. You know, you're stuck in limbo and you don't even know it. You know, I could see how that's possible. You know, but the fact that I've seen those areas being chopped up a lot of times now, they probably would have seen a human come out of the, you know, the back of the neck in that, you know, in that target spot by now. So that, you know, that's kind of debunked. But, you know, I thought it's interesting to apply that to, you know, apply that logic. I've seen it in action now. I've seen Eren Titan's body trying to do that to Eren, seduce him into this memory. Here, you know, here's your perfect situation, your perfect reality. Stay in there, man. Like, stay in there. You're safe in there. Stay in there. If you know, I thought maybe if you apply that to all the other Titans, and maybe there are humans in there, Yo, listen, man. I keep talking about Eren and his Titan, and I keep talking about these other Titans. Holy shit, the Armored and the Colossal. Oh my god. Okay. Holy shit. So, oh man, I just got goosebumps. I just got goosebumps, man. Okay, so I can apply that logic to those. It definitely applies to them, man. That's a game changer, man. That is huge. So if I apply that logic to the Armored and the Colossal, there's people in there. There's people in those Titan bodies, man, because those are not regular Titans. Those are similar to Eren, you know, one of a kind type Titan. Or one of its kind. You know, there's only one Armored, and there's only one Colossal, and there's only one hybrid Eren Titan. Those two Titans are prominent. Those are, you know, those are major players in this show. Now, okay, if I stay on that thought process, there's someone in there. All right, so the next question becomes, there's two possibilities here, right? Now, is the human that's in each one of those Titans, is that human stuck in that state of limbo and has no clue what's going on outside in that, you know, that big ass Titan body? Or the more fucked up possibility is that the humans in those Titans are, you know, they're fully in control, you know, just like how Eren is by the end of this episode. And if they are fully in control, that means that's some fucked up shit, man. Those are humans in there that want to kill other humans. So I might be pulling on the right string here, and on the right track, or I'm so off, and and anyone who's checking this out might be laughing at me. But hey, man, I'm not scared to dive in and think about it logically and apply the stuff they've given me so far, you know. And, you know, another thing I noticed is that Mikasa, well, I didn't notice it, Mikasa noticed it, and then, you know, that brought it to my attention, is that she noticed that for some reason, the Titans just, you know, they're coming into this area, but there's no one here, you know? So she felt that maybe it's because Eren is here, and they can sense something, because he's an anomaly, right? He's not a regular Titan. So I guess the others they can sense that. And that's what Mikasa was kind of thinking here, right? Let's talk about Pixis, man. In the beginning of the episode, I believe, you know, they said something. They gave like a percentage of the amount of soldiers they've lost. You know, they did bring a lot of them to that corner to distract them, you know, to attract them to that corner, but they still lost a lot of numbers. Thing is that Pixis straight up just takes blame for it. He said they died because I gave the order. Like, he takes responsibility for it, right? He's like, I sent them to their death. Because, you know, he's the one who has to okay this plan. So he takes full responsibility for this. And, you know, you need someone like him in charge in this kind of fucked up reality. You need someone like him who is able to make the big call, you know, who's ready to let soldiers die and send them to certain death. You know, just for the ultimate goal. You know, he said that if this stuff, you know, if this plan ensures the survival of humankind, then I'm so ready to give the orders, and known as a butcher. So, you know, he knows. Again, you know, I said in the last episode that he's been around for a long time. He knows this is their chance. This is their final chance. Only chance they're ever gonna have. They've been, you know, insanely lucky. It's almost like a miracle that this has landed into their laps, right? It's not a done deal at all, of course, because Eren, you know, who is back in control now, you know, it all depends on Eren, how he can control this ability. But, you know, Pixis knows they're never gonna get a chance like this again, and he is ready to let men die just to ensure the survival of mankind. So the greater picture, right? So like I was saying, you need someone like Pixis, who can see the bigger picture and who's not just thinking of now. the present time. He's thinking, steps ahead. And Eren said this last episode. It's, Pix is probably seeing a few steps ahead, and he's thinking of the future, man. He's thinking of survival of the humankind. So he cannot concern himself, with the losses of today. He has to think of the future. So he's ready. He straight up said it. I'll be known as a butcher. Next up, Mikasa is kind of going at it. Eren Titan, I felt that, Eren Titan, I felt that his Titan body is just acting on its urges, its primal urges to, like I said, it's like it's built into their DNA. And, the moment the other, high-ranking officials saw this, Rico, Ian, and the other guy, can't remember his name, but, they instantly kind of just, they're like, okay, it's failed, it's finished. Rico and the other guy, they just, from the beginning, they had no faith in this plan, almost as if they wanted it to fail, So yeah, the moment, Rico noticed that, oh, nope, he has gone rogue, he is not in control, she instantly, deemed it like a failure. And she, fired off the red signal instantly. And they abandoned ship quick. Rico and the other guy. And it reminded me of Heath Ledger, Joker, in The Dark Knight, the interrogation scene. Their morals, their code, it's like a bad joke, dropped at the first sign of trouble. And now I say that because they were ready to just abandon Eren, right? So I just, I felt that connection. In that moment, I really remembered Heath Ledger. Now, this statement does not apply to Ian. Ian has a major responsibility here, man. This is like the call he has to make here changes everything. Because if he decides to abandon Eren and leave and give the orders to pull out, there's no one defending Eren anymore. He's a sitting duck. And he's fucking like mush. He's like in dreamland, right? Limbo. So he's gonna get picked apart, So the call Ian has to make here is crucial. Monumental almost. And he made the right call. He makes the right call. The new plan is that they're gonna defend him. Defend the body. Because he knows, he knows that how precious this chance is to humanity. And that is the reason Pixis picked him. I think Pixis knew that Ian understands this. He understands this, it's like a fucking unicorn. Pixis, smart man, he knows, people inside out. He knew that Ian is the one for the job, like, because he said out there, all the calls are just on them, they have to make the call down there. And, of course, Rico is not down for this, so the other guy as well. But Rico's the more outspoken. But, then there's this epic scene, Ian's monologue. Great moment, man, great moment. That song, that song is so gorgeous, man. And this time it played from the beginning. I got to hear it from the beginning. It slowly built up. And Rico, she disagrees, but she's not going to disobey. She's not going to disobey the order, but she does disagree. And she said she's going to struggle. She's going to make sure they know that the people who lost their lives, that they meant something. So, Rico, interesting character. I don't mind her. Even though, she's ready to just abandon Eren, I get her thought process. She's coming from a little bit of a different thought process. And yeah, I think that brings me back. Right? To the ending. And I think I've talked about everything. Oh yeah. Jean. So Jean is trapped. They showed his unit, his squad. Annie, yeah. So they showed Jean and Annie. First time I've seen Annie in a couple of episodes, I think. So seeing Annie reminded me of the other characters, Reiner and Mr. Brunette, Mr. B. The fuck are they at? Because, they're they were top of the class, right? They're recruits. So you would think they would have them. You would think they would have them right in the middle of this, guarding Eren, or Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get their absence. I don't understand unless there's some kind of secret. They're that they're so good that they're part of some kind of secret. Oh, maybe they could be the Levi. Levi, that other cool character they showed for like one episode. Maybe they're part of that crew, but that crew goes outside. I don't know if they're allowing new recruits to join that, unless they think Reiner and his buddy are good enough to join them. I don't know. Their absence is kind of strange because last I saw episode 8, I think episode 8, the moment Eren turned into that half Titan, the undeveloped Titan, just a skeleton, right? And Reiner like shot himself. Yeah, so I think that's the last time I saw either one of them. Yeah, I hope they bring him back in, because I do like him. I like Reiner. Earlier on in the season, he really bonded with Eren. So it'd be cool to see him back, by Eren's side, or at least part of the that squad that has Mikasa in it. But yeah, let's see what happens. That takes you back to the ending. Armin comes through again, makes the bold move to cut in. Throughout the 12 episodes, he's definitely had the most character development. He really, he's really using that story, because at first it was tough for him to get through to Eren, but he starts going for a bit of a softer approach. He starts mentioning, their plans to, go outside, to explore. He starts bringing that up. Isn't it clear? It's because I was born here. In response to Armin's question, I think he asked him, how come you want to go out there, even though you know the dangers that are out there? And Eren's response is that because I was born in here. After that, last shot is Eren Titan, man, in control Eren Titan. So that's that the prospect of that is really exciting, and that finishes it off. If you're still here, listening, thank you so much for checking that out. Please smash that thumbs up if you liked it. Leave your comments. If you're into social media, hit me up on Instagram, Twitter. Links are down below. And once again, thanking the patrons. You guys are brilliant. Thank you so much for your amazing support. And a quick reminder, if you do want to see the next episode right now, early access, you can jump onto Patreon and jump on the Titan Squad tier. That gives you early access, and it gives you the full-length episode. So totally your call. But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for checking this out. Take it easy.